Hello, sports fans, and welcome to Waco ISD Stadium for another exciting night of Texas high school football. Tonight, the Waco Lions play host to the Temple Wildcats. Coach, the major thing that the Lions have to do tonight is stop the Triple J triple threat of the Temple Wildcats. You got Jackson, Johnson, and Johnston.
All of them are very good players. And, but old Johnny Toost always had a saying, when there's a great challenge, there's a great reward. There's no doubt Waco High has a great challenge tonight, taking on this undefeated Temple team. And with a win tonight, Temple will mathematically clinch at least a spot in the playoffs. But this rivalry goes back probably before you and I were even around. And anything can happen in a rivalry. We'll see if the Lions are up to the challenge, but they better be.
Temple comes in with a 7-game winning streak. The Lions come in with a 6-game losing streak. We'll see which streak ends here in just a moment, right here on Waco ISD TV.
Mike Baker as Waco High School's Teacher of the Week. Mr. Baker earned his undergraduate degree in criminal justice from East Central University in Ada, Oklahoma. He served as a police officer for the city of Ada for 20 years. He has been in education for 5 years since his retirement from law enforcement in 2013. Mr. Baker has been with the Waco ISD for 3 years. 2 years as an instructor, behavior aide before entering the classroom this year. Mr. Baker is an avid scuba diver and holds numerous certifications. He has been married for 4 years to the love of his life, Shanda, who also happens to be a teacher with Waco ISD at Cesar Chavez Middle School. We want to thank Mr. Baker for his hard work and loyalty to our proud school district. We wish him and the Lions all the best in the remainder of the school year. Congratulations, Mike Baker.
Directors are Scott Stewart, Tyler Sage, and Michelle Nelson. Conducting tonight's combined bands are Michelle Nelson and Victor Boswell. Enjoy.
You scared me. 7 Nation.
like to thank you, the fans, for your continued support of the arts. We would like to thank the Lions for this gestation, their parents for their support, and the Waco High cheerleaders.
Now you see the Waco Lions in their run through, getting ready to enter the stadium here at Waco ISD for tonight's contest against the Temple Wildcats. As we mentioned in the pregame, the Wildcats come in 7-0 on the season. Their head coach is Scott Stewart. It's his third season guiding the football fortunes at Temple, a record of 29 wins and only 8 losses, 7-0 this year and 5-0 in district play so far. Kwame Cavill is in his first year as the head coach of the Waco Lions. Won the season opener against University, but as we mentioned in the pregame open, they have lost 6 in a row, and 5 of those have been district battles. There you see the Temple Wildcats coming onto the field. Coach, we also mentioned in the pregame the Triple J triple threat on the offensive side for Temple. That includes their running back, Jackson, who comes into this game averaging about 10 yards a carry.
He is their bell cow, no question about it. He also returns kickoffs and punts. He's kind of, like I say, the jack of all trades. But I'm impressed with their quarterback, Jared Wiley, big, tall drinker, about 6'6". He's already committed to the University of Texas to play tight end.
And here come the Waco High
To play
Lions.
tight end,
Yeah.
but he's a quarterback.
He's a quarterback, yeah. But they got Jackson, they got Johnson, they got a president, they got all kinds of folks on this team.
Anthony Jackson comes into the game with 724 yards on 72 carries and 8 touchdowns. That's a little over 10 yards per carry. Not some bad backups either. He's backed up by Dijon Overton, who's scored 10 touchdowns in a reserve role. And then in the passing game, Jared Wiley has Quintavian Johnson and his favorite target, Nathan Garcia, out there, along with Bobby Johnson. Quentin Johnston, 28 catches for 682 yards and 13 touchdowns. Nathan Garcia, 19 receptions for 192 yards. Bobby Johnson just has 7 receptions, but 86 yards out of those 7 receptions and 1 touchdown. He averages about 12 yards each time they throw the ball to him. So they do have a very potent offense, and we've been talking about their offensive numbers, but their defense is pretty darn good as well.
They got defensive linemen that's rated as one of the top 30 in the state for Texas football. Of course, they got Monto President, who is the preseason district MVP. So he's got, I think, 31 tackles, about 3 interceptions. So they're pretty salty on both sides of the football.
Those of you who like to focus on the offensive line when you watch the Temple Wildcats. Keep an eye on number 75, Markel Carter. What video I've been able to watch of the Temple Wildcats this year, seems like most running plays go behind number 75. So keep an eye on him, and as Coach said on their defensive side, keep an eye on number 4, Monto President. Now the Waco Lions, meanwhile, they're having some injury troubles, as I noticed on the sideline in Civies. We've got Herman Newton, George Ramirez, and Jordan Banda all in street clothes, and all 3 of those guys were offensive line starters for the Lions to start the season. So, you know, when you start losing guys on the offensive line, Coach, it makes it tough to get any yards for your running backs.
Yeah, plus they have a lot of depth to start with, so it's going to be tough for them tonight. They're going to have to keep the football somehow, because when Temple gets it, they're very, very potent on offense.
Absolutely. So that's probably the game plan for Kwame Caville and the Waco Lions tonight, is to play keep away.
Yep.
Do your best to get first downs and keep possession of the football. Now the problem with that is Waco High is only converting about 27% of their third down conversions, so they need to do a lot better on third down. They need to play some possession football tonight and do what they can to keep the ball out of the hands of that Temple offense.
Had this to say about Tony. Tony Badge, 1808, died during
the ROTC has presented the colors at midfield as our stadium announcer George Snookhouse making a special presentation. Let's join that.
God bless the Tony family. God bless our first responders, and God bless our fallen heroes, and God bless America. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to ask that both teams and fans face the colors on the field and remain standing during the recessional as the colors make their way off the field. Immediately following the singing of the national anthem will be Texas, Our Texas, so show your Texas pride and sing along. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem will be sung by the Waco High School Choir under the direction of Kerry Forehand. Texas, our Texas. Please sing along.
Long-standing tradition here at Waco ISD Stadium to follow the national anthem with Texas, Our Texas. Well, the rain has finally gone away. Clear skies, 68-degree overhead, and very little wind, if any, breeze tonight as these two teams meet with just 2 more games left on the schedule after this evening. Our captain's about to meet at midfield with our officials. Coach, where are our officials from tonight?
They are from the Temple chapter, ironically. 7-man crew. Referee is Terry Whiteley. Umpire is Jonathan Goodman. Linesman is Bill Carberry. Line judge is Pillar Torres. Field judge is Oscar Manning. Side judge is Matt Meliskin. And the back judge is Raymond Bracino.
Captains for Temple. Number 1, Quentin Johnston. Number 12, Jared Wiley. Number 21, DeJohn Overton. Number 54, Russell Hogue. And number 70, Sammy Rodriguez. For the Waco Lions, you have Nakabian McCoy, number 4. Number 10, Oliver Jones. Number 25 is James Taylor. And number 77, Jesus Salazar. They'll give the visiting Wildcats their choice when it comes to heads or tails.
I see your boy Q. He's right out there in the middle of them, isn't he?
Certainly is. Got radio stations covering both Waco and Temple tonight.
Temple has won the toss, and they will defer to the second half.
So Waco High will get the ball probably to start the first half of play. And looks like they are going to go from, well, for a minute there, it looked like they were going to go from left to right to begin with. Actually, they're going to go the other way. They're going to go from right to left on your TV screen to start
Waco
our first half of play.
From the clock to start the first half.
Coach, I mentioned that the Lions are probably going to have to keep away offensively. You believe that's the key of the game?
Yeah, I do, but their problem is on first and second downs, they can't make many yards. Then they're faced with a 3rd and long, and that's not a good situation because Jordan Fuller is not, passing is not his forte, let's put it that way.
Well, we're not positive we're going to see Jordan Fuller as the starter tonight. It's going to be either Davion Long or Jordan Fuller as the starting quarterback. Long, the freshman, Fuller, the junior. As the Lions are mixing it up on the offensive side, still trying to find the right combination. But again, without some of those offensive linemen up front, it's kind of tough to get any real good feel as to who is got the better possibility of moving the team. So you see Davion Long warming up on the sideline.
He may be the man, then.
But he's warming up with Jordan Fuller, so.
I think we got it narrowed down, though.
He's got it down to 2. Lions coming off a 47-10 loss at Shoemaker last week, while the Temple Wildcats defeated Killeen Ellison 42-18. Again, they play in a district that has 9 teams, so they only each had 2 non-district games. Temple defeated Cedar Ridge 45-25 in non-district action, and then played a team from the country of Mexico out of Nuevo Leon and won that one 43-14.
By the way, the Temple band played the Mexico school song.
Did they really?
Yeah.
Making the approach on the kickoff. Adrian Guzman. High kick comes down to the 4-yard line. Nice return for Ratliff. Ando Ratliff gets it up to the 27-yard line. Waco High will set up shop there.
They got 2 Ratliff boys on this team, both of them brothers. So we'll get our first look at this Temple on the defense. Monto President, he wears the number 4. Actually, they call him a boom safety. What that means, I don't know. Kind of a linebacker.
He brings the boomstick. It will be Jordan Fuller at quarterback with Randy Carpenter, the running back, in the backfield with him. From the 27. Send Ratliff in motion. Hand it off to Carpenter, and Carpenter is hit about the same time he gets the handoff.
that was a nice tackle by Trey Colbert that time. He got in there awfully quick.
Loss of 5, back to the 22-yard line. 2nd and 15. An offensive line for Waco High. You got Willie Carter at center. The guards are Jesus Salazar and Jordan Becerra. The tackles are Juan Rivera, and that was supposed to be Herman Newton, but he's on the sideline. When we got 2 men in motion, that should be a flag, Coach. Yeah, we finally got the flag, and Fuller ends up having to eat the football. I got a feeling that they're going to take the play.
I do too. I thought that's kind of a new wrinkle there, and I thought that you're not supposed to do that on the
You can do that in football above the northern border, right?
No.
Illegal motion on Waco. Penalties declined.
-3 on the play.
I think James Taylor checked in to take the place of Randy Carpenter, so they're going to throw the football to him coming out of the backfield or what?
Got 3 receivers to the near side. President up at the line of scrimmage like he's going to crash, and here he comes. Fuller pump fakes, now throws down the middle, down the sideline, and it is complete to McKevian McCoy in Temple territory down at the 41-yard line.
Well, I'm going to apologize to Jordan Fuller because talking about his passing. He put this one on the money. Nice catch there by McCoy.
40-yard pickup to get the Lions their first down, and they convert on 3rd and 18 to move it into Temple territory. Fake the reverse as Taylor tries to get around the end, but he's going to lose a couple of yards back to the 44.
Looks like Talik Armstrong kind of led the charge for the Wildcats. You see another look there at Taylor, just could not turn the corner.
Trying to catch, it looks like it's Jakeezy Wells who is in at the right tackle. That's the other lineman for Waco High to start the game. Fuller back to pass, steps up in the pocket, now throws, and it's incomplete. He was hit about the same time he released it, and released it straight down into the turf.
Well, you've got a depleted offensive line going against this very good Temple defensive line. And so far, the Temple defensive line is worn out.
Jones, the receiver on the far side, along with Roy McChristian. McCoy and Ratliff on the near side for Waco, facing a 3rd down and 12. Ratliff in motion. Hand the ball off to Taylor. Taylor has some running room over the left side. Backs his way down to about the 38-yard line. Pickup of about 5 on the play, but they're still going to be shy of the 1st down.
Waco High is only averaging 209 yards per game. They're giving up 422 yards per game, so that's not a good ratio.
4th down and 7 from the 38-yard line. That'll bring Chris Sescada on to punt the football. Single man deep for Temple is Nathan Garcia. And a flag before we get the punt off. Did we run out of time?
No, I think somebody from the
False start.
Waco
36.
High kind of
Waco.
moved just
5-yard penalty. Still 4th down.
And that's 4th and 12. It moves back to the 43.
You can't put yourself in 3rd and 12 situations. You just cannot do it.
Little high snap, but Escada pulls it down and gets off a decent punt. Fair catch called for by Garcia and made at the 13-yard, make that the 17-yard line. So Temple gets the ball first tonight with 8 minutes and 55 seconds to go in the first quarter as Waco High held on to it for 3 minutes and 5 seconds on their initial drive. Temple starting at their own 17-yard line.
I'd give it to Anthony Jackson right off the bat.
That sounds like a good idea to me. Jared Wiley, the quarterback, with Anthony Jackson as running back. He's going to throw. Got plenty of time. Delivers it underneath on the screen pass to Dejon Overton. And Overton will get it up to about the 26-yard line for a first down.
I tell you what, you got Overton and Jackson in that backfield. That's a pretty potent combination. I'll tell you that right now.
Actually, it's a 9-yard gain, so it'll be second down and 1 at the 26. Send Overton in motion, empty backfield. Wiley to pass with lots of time. Has a target at the 40-yard line in Waco territory, and out of bounds with it is Montavian Carlisle, a junior wide receiver. Had a great game last week for the Wildcats as they get it all the way to the Waco 39.
Waco High had like a 3-man rush that time, and Jared Wiley had plenty of time. You see, he had enough time to probably eat a hamburger.
So they got 35 yards out of that one. First down and 10. Wiley passes for the end zone, has his man, and it almost caught, but off the fingertips of Quentin Johnston, his leading receiver.
I tell you, Jared Wiley's coming out playing that football tonight, so they saw something on the scouting report they thought they could capitalize on.
It'll be second down and 10. Handoff in the backfield to Overton, who's at that running back spot, and he'll take it down to the 29-yard line, fairly close to the first down.
Brought down by Keith Guillory that time for Waco High. There's Overton. You know, they say that the run sets up the pass. I think the pass can set up the run also.
10-yard pickup. Gets the second first down in the drive for Temple at the 29. Wiley passes in the flat, complete to Montavian Carlisle, and Carlisle fights his way for another first down. Well, very close. Well, it's 9 yards to the 20-yard line.
Carlisle's already made a couple of nice plays tonight.
Brings up a second down and 1 at the Waco 20. Sixth play of the drive. They started at the 17. Overton takes the handoff, sidesteps a couple of would-be tacklers, and backs his way down to about the 12-yard line for an 8-yard pickup and another first down.
Corey Abram in on the tackle, who he led the charge, which is not surprising. Leading tackler for this Waco High team, or one of the leading tacklers, let's put it that way.
They can pick up another first down before they get a touchdown. The Waco High defense needs to bow his neck. Here goes Overton over the left side. He'll take it inside the 10 to the 7 for a 5-yard gain.
I tell you, big old offensive line is just having their way right now with the Waco High defensive line.
The center is Markel Carter. The guards are Sammy Rodriguez and Dari White. The tackles Russell Hogue and Dayton Lewis. And they're just giving Jared Wiley all the time he needs to pass the football, and gaping holes for Overton. Overton tries to cut back inside this time and is dropped at the 5-yard line.
And one more look at Overton. Let's see who made the tackle. Yeah, that was a nice tackle that time by Deshaun Fisher.
A 1-yard gain to the 6 brings up third down and 4. Money down for the Waco defense here. Wiley seems to be changing the play with his receivers on the near side. He sends Johnston in motion. Fake the handoff to Johnson, rolling to his right, throws into the end zone. He's got 2 receivers there, and it's off the hands of both of them.
I don't think that play was designed to have 2 receivers in the same location.
Tight end Isaiah Robledo there, along with Carlisle. Neither one could bring it in. So that'll bring a field goal opportunity here for the Wildcats.
That ought to give the Waco High defense a little bit of confidence, I would think.
Aaron Wegeman On to try the point after out of the hold of, the field goal out of the hold of Nathan Garcia. This will be a 23-yard attempt. And it is good. So the Temple Wildcats get on the board first with a 23-yard field goal with 6 minutes and 8 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Temple on top, 3-0.
Talk about a couple of radio crews tonight for the Waco High radio crew, the Nesbitt boys. For Temple, Ward White is on play-by-play. Art Coley Keller and your boy Q on the sideline.
"77 yards on the drive that took 10 plays and took 2 minutes and 47 seconds for Temple to take their 3-0 lead on the Wagaman field goal. Coach, I would have to say that that's somewhat of a victory for the Waco High defense to just give up 3 points.
Yeah, I would too. And I think Waco High is going to have to maybe throw the football a little more first down instead of third and long.
Back deep for the Lions. Kevian McCoy on the far side. Lando Ratliff on the near side. That's his nickname. Jerome's the real name. Coach says he told him, just call me Bando. It's headed to Bando at the 6. Got a bit of a running lane. Through traffic, stays on his feet, winds his way backward up to about the 35-yard line. Nice return there by Ratliff.
It was a nice return. You see it right there. And if I'm not mistaken, didn't he have a long return last game we did out here?
He did, but it got brought back due to a push in the back. So at the Waco 35, the Lions have the ball for the first time. Trailing 3-0. Andy Carpenter in the backfield with the quarterback, Jordan Fuller. No, I think that's Long at the quarterback spot now. Davion Long hands it off to Carpenter, and Carpenter breaks over the right side for about 5 yards.
That's good when you can pick up 5 yards on the first down. Randy Carpenter that time just going out tackle. Pretty good blocking by that offensive line. Led by big number 77, Jesus Salazar.
Carpenter again tries that right side, but he's going to be dropped for a 1-yard loss. Carpenter came into the night's game with 577 yards on 82 carries, the leading rusher for Waco High, and that's after he missed the Coppers Cove game. They say he lost 2 back to the 38. Who's up 3rd down and 7. Again, Davion Long in at quarterback. Looking to pass. Drops back a couple of steps and throws short of his intended target on the side. Try to get that to Roy McChristian. That brings up 4th down.
Kwame will continue to rotate the Fuller and Long at quarterback or not, but you know, he's building basically for the future. Davion Long is only a freshman, so maybe he's going to get a lot of reps tonight.
Garcia back deep for Temple as Chris Escada waits for the snap at about his 26-yard line. Second putt of the night for Escada. High snap again, but he gets this one off. It's a low end over end that takes a Waco roll and then dies at the Temple 42-yard line. It's just a 20-yard punt. Gives Temple the ball with 4:53 left to go first quarter, leading Waco High by a score of 3-0.
Temple brought a good crowd tonight down I-35 or whichever way they came, but pretty good crowd on the far side.
Overton once again gets loose for Temple. Excuse me, that's Jackson now in the game. So it was Overton who got the start, but Jackson now in at the running back spot.
Another look at Anthony Jackson. He can wheel and deal now.
Took it from 142 to the other for 16 yards and a first down. Jackson following blockers around the right side. Takes it down to the 36 for another 6-yard pickup.
They pulled the big old left tackle to Corey White that time to lead the charge. He got a really good block at the point of attack.
That's the 4th first down picked up by Temple so far in the game. Waco has just one. Wiley pitches it to Jackson. Jackson looking for some running room. Will take it out of bounds though at the 31 after picking up another 5 yards, and going to move the chains.
Run out of bounds by Keith Guillory that time, who so far has had a pretty good night for the Waco Lions defense.
Markel Carr to the center. Gets it back to Wiley on the money. Wiley with lots of time now rolls to his left, throws down the sideline and throws behind his target. Trying to get that one to, I believe, Carlisle. We'll check that number. Actually, that was number 2, Bobby Johnson, if he tried to hit with that one.
One thing about it, Wiley's having plenty of time to throw the football. If you Waco High, you'd hate the blitz because that puts your secondary in a man situation, but they may have to start doing that.
Wiley 3 of 5 for 53 yards in the early go here. Vince Garcia in the motion, but hands it off to Jackson up the middle, and Jackson has plenty of room inside the 20, down to the 15, and another first down for Temple.
Another look at Jackson, you see Keith Guillory going to come in right there, ran over the official, then made the tackle.
16 yards on that one for Jackson. Jackson now 43 yards on 4 carries, all in this possession. He's got the football again and follows his blockers all the way down to the Waco High 4, where it's close to another first down.
He's following Big Sam Rodriguez and Markel Carter, like you talked about on the pregame, to Corey White, Keodney Jenkins. These guys are opening up some huge holes up front.
He's got all the yards in this drive that started back at the Temple 42. Looking to get the final 4, and he's in for the score. Well, that was the Jackson series of downs as he got all the yardage from the 42-yard line to pick up the first touchdown of the night for Temple. Ackerman on to try the point after attempt. On its way, and it is good. 3 minutes and 8 seconds left to go first quarter, and Temple has extended its lead to 10-0 on the 4-yard touchdown run by Anthony Jackson.
Take a good look across the way at the Temple band and their I guess the drill team, or that, I don't know what they call them, but there's a lot of them, whatever it is. Once again, there's a look at the touchdown by Anthony Jackson. Pretty good duo. You got Jackson Overton carrying the football, and Jared Wiley is throwing the football quite a bit now, but he's had a lot of time.
You know, with that offensive line, I think you and I could probably get about 100 yards in the game.
Yeah, there's a good look at the Waco High, the Scarlet Line.
7 plays, 58 yards in 1 minute and 49 seconds for that Temple drive to take the 10-0 advantage, get their first touchdown of the night. Again, Jackson had all the yardage in that drive.
I think there's basically 3 teams this district that are pretty much along for playoffs. That Temple, Belton, Midway, not necessarily in that order. Who the 4th team's going to be, no one knows yet.
Ratliff and McCoy deep. Waiting for the kickoff. A little different kickoff lineup, but they still kick it high and deep. Going to come to McCoy at the 10. Gets up to the 20 before he's finally met by a whole bunch of white-shirted Wildcats. Getting progress to the 24-yard line where Waco High will have the ball for the third time.
I've never seen a kickoff lineman quite like that when they had 5 guys on each side and one guy came by the football. So, but anyway, however it is, it worked. It, young man down from Waco High, but he's getting up. That's good.
Been an idle observer of Temple Wildcat football since about 1972, back when Bob McQueen first started coaching there. They always have a little surprise on kickoffs, it seems like. New number in the game for Waco High, the receiver, that's Rashawn Smith, a senior wide receiver in the slot on the near side. Davion Long will going to be at the quarterback spot to start this series of downs, with Randy Carpenter in the backfield with him. A discussion amongst our Temple officiating crew here before Waco High gets this series underway. Picked up 1 first down in their first series, but it was 3 downs and punt in their second series. Out of the pistol. Long wants to change the play maybe, looking over to the near sideline and offensive coordinator Robert Glenn. Now go to the offset for the running back. A high snap. That kind of messed up the handoff, but Long is going to do what he can to at least get it back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Waco High's had trouble with their snaps so far tonight, so a lot of that may be due to injury, you know.
Certainly is. Again, we have maybe our third center of the year for Waco High as Willie Carter has moved over from defense to take over at the center position. Jordan Banda moved in there after Becerra was injured. Now both of those guys are injured. Willie Carter has taken over at that center spot. Second down and 10. 3 receivers to the left. And now a timeout called. The offensive brain trust are not real sure about the play they've got called.
Waco. First timeout of the first half.
A lot of confusion on the Waco High sideline. Is that they didn't know exactly what play it was. And, you know, sometimes you give those signals, they can get somebody can miss the signals. That young man, he's into this football game now.
Waco High has 2 games left on the schedule after tonight. They have to travel to Belton next week before they wind up their season here at Waco ISD Stadium against Killeen. 2 games also left on the schedule for the Temple Wildcats, and the big one is the one next week at home against the Midway Panthers. That will be for the district championship. Then they'll finish off at Copper's Cove. That most likely next week, Temple and Midway. That'll be a battle of unbeatens. All right, Waco ready to face a second down and 10 from their own 24. Temple showing a 4-man defensive front. Long gets a good snap, fakes the handoff. Had to pull it down because his man was covered and gets decent yardage out of it, up to about the 35-yard line, and I believe they may give him a first down, Coach.
I think he got it. And by the way, we'll be back here next week as you take one more look at Davion Long, as the university will be hosting Everman.
Second first down of the night for Waco as Long scrambled to get that one as his primary receiver on the near side was covered. Pretty heads-up play for a freshman quarterback. Carpenter will now go to the right of his quarterback in the backfield. Takes the handoff, goes straight up the middle and has some running room. President chasing him down, can't catch him. He goes to the sideline. President trying to cut him off at the pass and will run him out of bounds at the 18-yard line in Temple territory. Found a gaping hole on the right side and did a good job of avoiding Wildcats until he got inside the 20.
What a good job by that offensive line that time. You see Randy Carpenter thought he might take it to the half, but he's finally run out of bounds by Roman Jackson.
Picked up 48 yards. Has Waco High in the red zone at the 18. Stacked receivers on the near side. Long rolling to his left. Looks like a quarterback keeper with a spin move. He'll at least get back to the 19-yard line and only lose a yard on the play.
A nice tackle by Antoine Holiday that time for the Wildcats.
Wildcat defensive front four includes DJ Franklin, Philip Haskins, Trey Colbert, and Ashton Marita. Long looking for someone to throw the ball to. Now he throws it across the middle and it's short. That was a tough pass to try to throw as he intended it out there for Keemon Taylor.
Long is a little bit slow getting up, but he did get up. Whether or not he stays in the game remains to be seen. He's a little woozy right now.
He did a good job of at least keeping the play alive for a possibility to make something out of it. Seems to say he's okay for now.
I don't know whether he is or not. We'll find out, I guess.
Taylor and McChristian, the wideouts to the right side. Along with a high snap. That once again has some problems with him getting the handoff to Carpenter, and he'll be able to get back to maybe the 21-yard line and only lose 2 on the play, and it brings up a 4th down and 13.
I'm not sure Davion Long was coherent on that play. I'm really not. I think he's still a little woozy, so we'll probably see most likely a skate will come in for the field goal.
Be a 39-yard attempt.
The snap is so important here.
Certainly is. High snap, Jordan Fuller has to bring it down and call a fire play and just throws it away, so it'll go over on downs as that pass attempt will go to Jordan Fuller. But Waco High gives it up on downs on the incompletion.
Like I say, the snap was very, very important there.
Certainly did, and that would be the last play of our first quarter. After the first 12 minutes, Temple has a 10-0 lead on the Waco Lions.
I'd like you to embrace Breast Cancer Awareness Month with them. On the field are warriors that have braved this storm themselves or relatives of those who have. They are family members of players as well as our very own Waco ISD Athletic Department Secretary, Sheila Best. To all of our honorees, we support the fighters, admire the survivors, honor the taken, and never, ever give up hope. Just know that the Lion football program stands with you. Thank you for sharing in this special moment with us. Give our survivors a hand.
Honoring Breast Cancer Awareness Month here at Waco ISD Stadium as we get things underway for the second half. Wiley fakes a handoff and throws in the flat. It is complete to Carlisle, but Carlisle will only get a couple of yards out of the play. Temple working on that passing game tonight, aren't they, Coach?
Yeah, they really are. I mean, I think they thought they probably thrown the football, but of course they're having a pretty good job running it too with Jackson in there.
2nd and 8 after the 2-yard pickup on the pass to Carlisle. Wiley waits for something to open up, now takes off with it, and will get it to the 25-yard line. Good coverage that time by the Waco defense.
I'm pretty impressed with Jared Wiley. He's got a lot of composure back there, and like I say, that young man is already committed to the University of Texas as a tight end because he's 6'6", so weighs about 220.
Faces a 3rd and 6 here. Will be flushed from the pocket. getting what he can. Waco High doing their best job to contain him, but now he gets outside of containment and runs out of bounds after he picks up the first down at the 36-yard line. A gain of 10 on the play and the first down for Temple.
Finally run out of bounds by Fabian Garcia, but Jared Wiley doesn't have blazing speed, but he certainly had some good moves. You'll look at it. He does a little juke move right there. Comes to the outside, picks up good yardage for the Wildcats.
Actually picked up 11 yards as they mark it at the 37-yard line. Keeps the drive alive for Temple. Wiley looking to pass. Not much pressure, throws a little low, and Carlisle brings it in, but they say he did not make the catch. Hit the turf first.
All right, you make the call. Here it is right there. That's a good call. You got the short hop.
Did he backhand it?
Yeah.
Wiley is just really not acted like he's under any duress whatsoever in the pocket. He acts like he's got all kinds of time, almost like it's practice for him, like he's got on a red jersey. Handoff goes to Overton. Overton gets by one would-be tackler, but he's not going to get away from number 49. Deshaun Fisher.
There's Deshaun Fisher right there coming in making the tackle, but the guy that really calls that was, and I do not see his number.
Picked up a yard to the 38, brings up third down and 9. Fake the handoff, throw across the middle, wide open and headed for the end zone. With the football, number 85, Isaiah Robledo, and he's going to be dropped back at the 4-yard line, or at the 5. He was wide open, Coach.
Yeah, and once again, you give Jared Wiley time. He's going to pick you apart. You look at it right there. Waco High has not blitzed so far tonight, and if they keep giving Wiley time, he's going to pick them apart.
57-yard gain. First and goal. They pitch it outside to Overton. Overton headed for the corner, and he's in for the score.
Made that look pretty easy. Just a little toss sweep. Overton, there he is. It's right to the outside. He wasn't even touched him after he got in the end zone.
Wegeman once again on to attempt the extra point. Garcia doing the holding. Lefty puts it through the uprights. 10 minutes and 13 seconds left to go in the first half. Temple extends its lead to 17-0. They went 79 yards in 7 plays and took 1 minute and 47 seconds off the second quarter clock.
The big play was a pass to Isaiah what's his name?
Robledo.
Robledo, yeah, old Robledo. Made a nice catch. Showed pretty good speed for big old tight end.
They'll roll the dough there.
Yeah.
That's what my grandmother used to do, making those Christmas cookies. She'd roll the dough first.
Did you help her?
Absolutely.
What was your favorite cookie?
Sugar.
Sugar cookie.
Or actually, they're called sprinkle cookies because they put the little sprinkles on top.
What, different colors? Like
Yeah.
green, red, or sprinkles?
Absolutely. Those little sprinkles, green, blue, pink. Yeah. Yeah, that was my favorite growing up as a kid, although I didn't get many of them because sometimes I didn't think my grandmother liked me much.
You give them all to Brown?
She kept telling my brother to go get her a Switch. Which he would just look at her and say, why? You just use it on me. 10 minutes, 13 seconds left to go in the first half. High in the air. Down at about the 11-yard line is Ratliff. Ratliff bringing it to the near side, trying to get around the corner, and will not be able to do so as he's dropped at the 15-yard line. Nice job getting down the field for Temple's Monto president there on kickoff team.
Another look at it. Waco High started down, got their backs to the ball now. They're going to have to come up with another one of those big plays like they did earlier in the football game, getting McCoy wide open if they can.
Jordan Fuller back in at the quarterback for Waco. As Randy Carpenter is his running back. And Waco High is going to call a timeout. Apparently they don't like what they see to start this drive against that Temple defense.
Waco High, timeout.
Remember at halftime we'll be showing you the performance of the Waco High band and the Scarlet Line, so be sure to stay tuned for that.
Before the game started, we had the combined bands from all the junior highs here.
We'll have four junior highs Waco now. Lake Air, Tennyson, Cesar, Chavez. There's got to be another one. Indian Springs.
Indian Springs, there you go.
That's it. Of course, you're a Lake Air guy yourself, right?
Yes, sir, I was.
Back in the day.
Tennyson not a junior high anymore?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
6th, 7th, and 8th grade, I believe.
Okay.
9th graders go to the big school.
Okay.
That's why you see the quarterback right now.
Yeah, okay.
Adrian Long, he's in the 9th grade.
Right. It's different from when I was a kid.
Everything's different.
Yes, sir. Fuller to pass. Throws into a double team and overthrows McCoy, who wasn't going to get much after he caught that ball, as there was a couple of Wildcats converging on him.
Got a young man down from Waco High back there, and I can't tell whether that's Jordan Fuller or not.
No, it's Randy Carpenter.
Oh, that's not good.
No. And he does not act like he feels very well. Training staff of Justin Efford and Emily Kuhn out to check on Randy Carpenter.
See Kwame Cavill out there also. Anytime the head man goes out, that's not a good thing.
Temple started the scoring with a field goal after they went 77 yards in 10 plays. A lot of that through the air. Right now, Temple is 5 of 7 passing for 55 yards and has rushed the ball 15 times for 160. So Temple has taken 22 offensive snaps for 215 yards. Waco High, meanwhile, has had 17 offensive snaps for 94 yards, just 1 of 6 passing for 40, and 11 rushes for 54 yards. Randy Carpenter coming to the sideline on his own power. That's always a good sign.
So I assume that James Taylor will be the man back there, running back.
He is, number 25 in there with Jordan Fuller. Second down and 10 from the 15 after the incompletion. McCoy, the lone receiver at the top of your screen. Fuller hands it off fakes the handoff. No, Taylor did get the football. And Taylor finds some running room up the middle and rolls his way out to the 29-yard line.
Nice
Pick up a 14.
Nice run by James Taylor that time.
Picked up a first down. Fourth time that Taylor has carried the ball. Thanks to a couple of losses, he's 4 carries for 15 yards now. 3 receivers to the left of the formation this time. Fuller, though, hands it off to Taylor, coming to the right. Taylor will be wrapped up right as he gets to the line of scrimmage. Grabbed and thrown down by T.J. Franklin from that defensive line.
I'm pretty impressed with this Temple offense, but I'm really impressed with the defense overall. I really am.
Mention the defensive line. The linebackers are Chris Hooper, Antoine Holiday, and Markel Reed. Cornerbacks are Roman Jackson. Then you got Malik Armstrong, Monto President, and Hunter Aviles in that backfield. But right now, Waco High unable to get rid of the football as Jordan Fuller goes back down at the 23-yard line. Loss of 6 on the play.
That was big number 9 at that time. Trey Colbert. He's been in on a lot of tackles. They don't list the weights here. I guarantee he's around 250, 275 probably.
3rd and 16 facing the Lions here. It's a load right over the center of Willie Carter. Not only is Carter trying to learn some of the offense after moving over from the defensive side and also learning to snap the ball, but he has to take care of that big load in front of him. Temple showing blitz. It comes from the corner by President, and President will drop Taylor in the backfield. Monto President was there pretty much right at the same time the ball was handed off to him. Bam, there he is.
Maybe that's one reason he was picked by Texas football as the preseason defensive MVP of the district.
Offsides. Defense on Temple.
Well, no wonder he got there in a hurry. He was a little offside apparently. That's the first penalty of the game, Coach.
That's good.
We like that. Brings up a 3rd and 11 for Waco. At the 28.
Good look at the backside of Kwame Cavill.
And another wide body, Philip Haskins, checking in on the defensive line. They show a 4-man front, but they're definitely looking for a pass here with 3rd and 11 at the 28. Lions do have a tight end to the left of the formation. That's Jones. And now we have a flag thrown.
Too much time?
I think Waco called a timeout before the flag.
Waco,
So that's
the 3rd and final timeout.
That's the last time out of this half.
Well, you can't use them in the locker room, so you might as well use them here.
Yeah, but I'd rather use them when you
really need them.
Stop the clock than to being confused on the sidelines calling in the play.
No flag. Waco timeout.
Something to be said about huddling up.
Again, Waco started the season with a 29-22 win over the University Trojans right here at Waco ISD Stadium. But since then, the Lions without a win, but the University Trojans have picked up 3 wins this year so far, and 2 of those in district
They
play.
got a tough chore tonight.
Yeah, they do. They're playing at number 1 Aledo tonight.
On the road, not good.
You ever been to Aledo to watch a football game?
Not to watch a football game, no.
3-level press box, and there's different type of food on each level of the press box.
I'll be darned.
They got like Chick-fil-A on the top floor, Whataburger on the 2nd floor, and things like hot dogs and nachos.
And knowing you probably made all 3 floors.
Absolutely. That was about maybe 5-6 years ago when the Lions went up there to play a playoff game.
Yep.
3rd and 11. Back to pass. Bullard steps up, throws over his intended target. I'm not sure if that was intended for Jones or Ratliff, but fell harmlessly to the turf, so it brings up 4th and 11.
Oh, Skater's going to come in to kick it away. Remember, they've had some bad snaps on punts tonight, and he's been awful close to having it blocked. That's all I'm going to tell you. This snap is so important. He's a good punter, but he's got to have a good snap to get that thing off.
Send 2 deep to receive the punt. Keon Johnson will join Garcia. Garcia on the near side. Good snap this time. Gives Escada plenty of time to send a low liner that bounces sideways. Keon Johnson takes it toward the Temple sideline and gets it back into Waco territory.
That was a nice tackle that time by Taheen Isabel for Waco High. Hope I'm saying that word right, that name right. There's another look at it. They had the wall set up, but Isabel made a good tackle. He's hanging on for dear life right there.
Temple kept the ball for 3:14, or Waco kept the ball for 3:14 on that last possession. Temple will start off in Waco territory at the 46-yard line, leading 17-0 with 6:59 left in the first half. Well, there should be a motion penalty on that, as it looked like the
Yeah, that should be.
Jackson was in motion toward the sideline or upfield before but no flags thrown. It's incomplete.
I didn't even think that was even close. I mean, he took off, didn't he?
He was on his way upfield before the snap was ever underway.
I wonder how long this rivalry goes back. I think Temple Belton's probably older, but I think Temple Waco High is pretty old, too.
Yeah, I'm sure it goes back to sometime in the mid-'60s when Richfield started.
I think it's way before then, maybe.
Could be. Handoff goes to Jackson. Jackson over the right side will have first down yardage inside the 35. Down to about the 33. Picked up 13 on the play.
I've heard a lot about Anthony Jackson, and everything I've heard in Moore is true. Deshaun Fisher making the tackle.
Again, came in tonight with over 700 yards on the year. Toss for Johnson, and Johnson will cradle it in for the touchdown. Quentin Johnston takes the pass from Jared Wiley. For Johnson, that is his 14th TD catch of the year.
And you know, against Belton in that 3 overtime, he's the guy that made the big play in the 3rd overtime. Quentin Johnson is their main man when they throw the football. There he is right there. That was a nice pass by Jared Wiley and a nice reception by Quentin Johnson.
Nathan Garcia to hold. Wegeman puts it up and puts it through. 6:26 left to go in the first half. Temple extends its lead to 24-0 over Waco High.
There's one more look at the touchdown. You see Johnson, he just cradled it in that time. And I wonder if Kwame Cavill and Coach Stewart exchanged pleasantries before the game, because Kwame was on his staff a couple of years ago.
These are two coaches that know quite a bit about each other because Kwame was on the staff down in Temple.
Scott Stewart hails from, he used to coach at Troy, Texas, old Sam Houston State grad.
Okay. That was a 46-yard drive that took only 3 plays and 33 seconds of the second quarter clock.
See those people doing those push-ups for Temple? I bet they get tired doing a lot of push-ups every game, I would imagine.
Yes, sir. Let's see. They've scored 45, 43, 45, 42, 58, 35, and 42.
Like I say, I bet they get tired.
Yeah, that and strong. Adam Guzman once again set up to kick it away. Again, very little breeze tonight here at Waco ISD Stadium as we started the game in the upper 60s, 68 degrees at game time.
Probably be about the high 50s when it's over, thereabouts.
Probably so. Line drive kick to go into and out of the end zone, so Waco High will get the ball at the Waco 25.
Now, could they call for a fair catch there and got it to 35?
At the 25.
Is that where it is?
Yeah.
Okay.
But hey, if you can get it at the 35, more power to you. You got to call for that fair catch. A bit deep. Davion Long at the quarterback spot as Waco comes onto the field to try to cut into this 24-0 deficit. Taylor is his running back. Again, we saw Randy Carpenter leave the game moments ago with an injury. Carpenter, their leading ground gainer on the year. Waco High has been having troubles with injuries. Handoff goes to Taylor on the zone read. Wasn't a whole lot of room for him to run anywhere.
Once again, it all starts up front, and that Temple defensive line's been pretty dominating for the most part.
Lost a yard, second down and 11. Long back to pass, will go deep, coming to the near sideline to McChristian, and Christian can't get to it. Waco High feels like his route was cut off by the Temple defensive back. No flags. Just a good defensive effort there by, is that TJ Franklin?
It's either him or Roman Jackson. I could not tell.
Actually, it's 17. That's, Roman Jackson. Brings a third down and 11 at the 24. On the screen pass, too tall to get it to Taylor. Had it set up pretty good, but just had to throw it a little too high as we also got a flag on the play.
They picked the flag up, so what does that mean?
No harm, no foul.
It must just fell out of his pocket.
Maybe. Chris Escada on the punt once again. Keon Johnson and Nathan Garcia. Going to send Garcia back. It'll take a Waco roll. Now it takes a Temple roll and comes back to the 36-yard line, or the 26-yard line, where it's stopped there, and a nice punt by Chris Escada.
Roy McChristian finally killed it for the Waco High. That was a really nice punt that time. That's the kind of punting that we thought we'd see from him all year.
A 50-yard punt. 5:30 left to go, first half. Temple looking to add to a 24-0 lead. Starting at their own 26-yard line. Jared Wiley, the quarterback. Hands it off to Jackson. Jackson finds some nice blocking to take it up to the 40-yard line and pick up the first down.
Getting up off the bottom of that pile again is Keith Guillory. He has really played well tonight for Waco High defensively.
Picked up 14 on the play to pick up the first down. Fake the handoff to Jackson. Pass is complete in the flat. Once again, that's Carlisle getting yardage inside the Waco 40-yard line down to the 37.
Finally knocked out of bounds by the Marion line, but that was a nice play by Carlisle that time.
Carlisle's been the favorite target of Wiley tonight. Picked up 23 on that one. And another first down.
Take another look at it. Had him by the shirt tail. Didn't have one of those tearaway jerseys.
5 catches for 78 yards for Carlisle. Trying to go deep this time and unable to make the connection. Is that a flag on the play, or is that just a rag that's falling? Down about the 8-yard line, I don't guess it's a flag.
It looks like a flag. But it may not be a flag because the young lady's picking it up. Or a young man, one of the two. It's there, get rid of that flag.
Second down and 10. Temple offense doesn't waste a whole lot of time between plays, do they?
No.
And off to Jackson. He's got a big hole over the right side. Good job of using his blockers. Gets by a couple of would-be tacklers and gets it into the end zone from 37 yards away. 9th touchdown of the year for Anthony Jackson.
I told you he is their bell cow, no question about it. I've heard a lot about him this year, and everything that I've heard seems to be true so far tonight.
I think that is 10th, as that's his second of the night. Wegeman, a busy man here in the first half, will add on the extra point. 4 minutes and 42 seconds left to go first half, and Temple's lead is now 31-0 over Waco High.
There's another look at the touchdown by Jackson. I just wonder at what juncture that Coach Sherrod might call the dogs off. Cause, you know, he and Kwame being on his staff, I'm sure they had a pretty good relationship. So, hey, that young lady's just as cute as a speckled puppy right there. Turn around so we can see you. There you go. I say young lady, might be a young man. It's one of the two. I got it narrowed down.
74 yards in 4 plays, only took 48 seconds. As Jackson scored from 37 yards away for his second TD of the night. Temple kind of cruising on this, and I'm going to guess that the Dogs are going to be called off after the first series that Temple has in the third quarter. That's just my guess.
But hopefully Waco High can take this kick off and pick up a couple first downs, at least to keep the ball away from Temple for the rest of this half.
That is the goal right now, is to get to halftime with no further damage.
It's just a regular standard kickoff alignment now.
Guzman makes his approach. And it'll go once again into the end zone. Waco will get it at their own 25-yard line. Lions have now run 24 plays for 101 yards. Temple, in the meantime, 29 plays for 335 yards of offense here in the first half.
They keep that up, they'll have over 600 yards of offense, if they do keep that up.
If they do keep that up.
That's all right.
You look at the Temple sidelines over there. Once again, a very good crowd coming down from Bell County tonight.
This may be our top crowd of the year.
It's a good one. The Midway crowd was pretty good.
Yes, it was. Jordan Fuller back in at quarterback for Waco High. As Taylor in the backfield, fake the handoff to Taylor, throws to Ratliff in the flat, and Ratliff gets away from the first would-be tackler, but he's not going to get away from the second one.
No, that was a nice tackle by Talik Armstrong that time for Temple. You get another look at Ratliff, took a little spin around, got away. He said, boy, here I go. Here comes the Armstrong right there. Pretty good lick.
He lost a yard on the play. Brings up second down and 11 at the Waco 24. Three receivers to the near side. Handoff goes to Taylor. Taylor able to fight his way up to the 27 for a 3-yard gain.
You know, former Waco High coordinator Ryan Graves is now on the Temple staff.
Yeah, another familiar name on that Temple staff, former West head coach Mark Johnston.
Yeah, saw Mark's name on there. He's not exactly spring chicken, is he?
Not any longer. Fuller with the handoff to a new number in the backfield. That's Jaden Ridge, and Ridge has nice yardage. Out to about the 45-yard line, still in Waco's end of the field.
That was a nice run by Jaden Ridge that time, and you'll take one more look at it. Had a little blocking up front. In fact, that was a really nice block that time by Jesus Salazar from Waco High.
Picked up 18 yards on the play for Ridge on his first carry of the night. So Waco now shows a two-back backfield with Taylor and Ridge in there. Fuller fakes the handoff to Ridge, going down the middle of the field for Jones, and it's knocked away at the last minute. Nice defense there by Roman Jackson.
That was really good defense. He was with him step to step. You take a look at it right there. Knocked away at the last minute by Roman.
You know, that tight end is one of those positions that you don't see a whole lot of passes thrown to. And usually they're wide open, but good job there by Temple to make sure that the tight end was covered on that pass play. Second down and 10. Throwing the flat to McCoy. McCoy's going to be dropped after he gets 1 yard maybe, and that's President there to take him down.
Jerome Ratliff was supposed to throw a block on that play. He missed his man, and his man made the tackle.
3rd and 9 at the 46. Yeah, that's how those plays actually work, is when those other receivers block for the guy catching the ball. Hand off to Taylor. Taylor, nice cut back. He runs into Monto President, bounces off of him, and it's Gets it up to maybe the 48-yard line for a 2-yard pickup.
I still don't understand why they call Monto President's position is a boom safety. I guess that's he played a little bit of safety and linebacker.
He boomed him pretty good
yeah,
then.
He did boom him good.
Timeout. Temple.
Temple will use the first of its timeouts here in the first half to save a little time on the clock with 2:06 left in the period, leading Waco High 31-0. As Waco is about set for another punt by Chris Escada. This will be his 5th punt of the first half.
The coach Jared probably wanted to have at least one more opportunity to put some points on the board. Some of the Waco High crowd tonight, I'm disappointed right now as the Lions trail by 31-0 right before halftime. Not a whole lot to get excited about if you're a Waco High Line fan right now.
Send Nathan Garcia deep. They had been sending back twin receivers to receive the punt, but right now it's just going to be Garcia by himself.
What's that? That's a new game they got going. Look at there. He's done 2 out of 3. Not bad.
Escada takes the snap, gets off the punt. It's partially blocked, looks like, and goes out of bounds at about the 31-yard line. I believe T.J. Franklin got a piece of that one, Coach.
Yeah, I do too. Just barely got a little chunk of it, but that was enough. So Temple still has 2 timeouts left, I believe. 1:57 left at halftime. I imagine they're going to try to put some points on the board here.
Temple will have the ball at their own 36-yard line. As Coach said, 1:57 left to go. Jared Wiley will have Overton in the backfield with him. Also have Robledo in there as a blocking back. Give the handoff to Overton. Overton changes gears and finds an opening and takes it down to about midfield.
Finally. Overton finally brought down that time. I believe that was Waco High's J.D. Reese that made the tackle.
Overton picked up 13 on that one on the Joan Reed. Overton bounces off of some would-be tacklers, picks up some great blocking. Boy, you talk about a good job of using your blockers and finally running out of bounds at the 32-yard line, and Waco's into the field. That's a running back with some vision, Coach.
Yeah, Overton did a good job following his blocks. And you watch him, he did a little juke there, another juke there, and watch this. He goes outside, there's another little juke, there's another one. Just a nice run.
Picked up 19 yards, a first down and 10. Now Wiley looking to pass, going to the end zone to Johnson, and it's off his hands. Quentin Johnston looking for his 2nd touchdown pass of the night. Knocked away at the last minute by Demarion Lyons.
He nearly made one heck of a catch on that play. I want you to look at it right here. Right off his fingertips.
John Overton, 8 carries for 63 yards and a touchdown here in the first half. He and Jackson have shared the running back duties. Jackson has 122 yards on 9 carries and 2 touchdowns. Wiley once again looking to pass and completes it to Johnston down to the 10-yard line.
I told you Coach Jarrett wanted to try to put some more points on the board. With 1:16 left in the half and 2 timeouts, they certainly have opportunity.
Picked up 22 yards on that one down to the 10-yard line. Clock set back in motion with 1:09 left to go in the half. Hand off to Overton. Overton follows his blocks inside the 5 and into the end zone for the touchdown. Second touchdown of the night for Dijon Overton.
There's another look at Dijon Overton. Oh, what a nice block up front that time by Sam Rodriguez from Temple. Opened up a big hole. Overton got in for the touch. That's pretty nice to have Overton and Jackson, both running backs, pretty good, aren't they?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. They are. Wegman on to add on another extra point. and does so successfully. 59 seconds left to go in the first half. Temple feeling pretty good about this first half as they lead 38-0 thanks to this second touchdown run of the night by Dijon Overton.
In fact, he has more touchdowns on the season than Anthony Jackson has.
Overton 9 carries for 73 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jackson 9 carries for 122 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Boy, must be getting close to Halloween. I see that moon.
Yeah, I got one of those harvest moons coming up, getting close to the full moon. That was a 64-yard drive in 5 plays. It only took 58 seconds.
Didn't take long. They didn't need it that whole time, did they?
No, they didn't.
Well, Waco High just got to regroup now, run the clock out and go to halftime and see what they can come up with. This is a very, very good Temple football team.
They've scored on every drive that they've had here in the first half. Their first drive ended in a field goal. Otherwise, every other drive has ended in a touchdown.
I'm not sure they even ranked in the top 10 in Class 6A. I think they're getting some votes, but I don't think they're ranked in the top 10.
Somebody's missing the boat.
Yes, sir.
Either that or there's some other pretty good teams around the state that we hadn't seen.
One of them named Allen's pretty good.
Well, yeah, they are pretty good. McCoy will take that into the end zone and down it. No, he's not. He's going to bring it out, and that'll put him at about the 7-yard line.
He didn't have to bring that out. Why did he?
He should have listened to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for some reason they seem to think that when they mishandle it, they got to bring it out. But all you have to do is take a knee with it. You get it at the 25-yard line, but instead he's going to be at the Waco 7.
And I'm Kwame Cavill. I'm going to run 2 running plays, go to the dressing room.
Temple does have 2 timeouts remaining on the scoreboard, but I doubt Scott Stewart will use them. Long is the quarterback here as they continue to alternate quarterbacks. Just trying to avoid the safety hill here. Hand off to Taylor. He finds a nice cutback hole, but that closes real quick, and he maybe gets a yard to the 8-yard line.
They'll probably have to run one more play. Then the clock should run out.
Looking to the sideline to get the play from offensive coordinator Robert Glenn. The play clock is down to 11 and 18 on the game clock. So, Coach, I think you're right. This is going to be the last play of the half. Hands it off to Taylor. There's a big hole over the right side. Nice cut back by Taylor. We'll get him outside the 20. There's a fumble on the play, and Temple picks it up at the 31-yard line. Taylor got it to about the 25 and then fumbled it ahead to the 30. And there to recover it for Temple was Roman Jackson. We've called his name several times.
Oh, yeah.
Taylor got about 12 yards out of it to the 20. And then coughed it up. The only turnover of the first half. Roman Jackson picks it up on the final play of our first half. We have completed our first half of play, and our score is Temple 38 and Waco nothing. Our halftime activities coming up in a moment right here on Waco ISD TV.
Waco High School is proud to present the Scarlet Line officers are Captain J.J. Aguilar, Co-Captain Cale Harris, First Lieutenants Hannah Gill and India Powell, Second Lieutenants Jasmine Jordan and Helena Evans. Social Officer is Christy Anna Hernandez. The Scarlet Line Dancer of the Week is Kiara Lord. The Scarlet Line will be performing a dynamic routine to the smash hit, Mic Drop. And now Waco High School proudly presents the 2018 Lion Pride Marching Band. The 2018 Waco High Lion Pride Band is under the direction of Scott Stuhler, Tyler Sage, and Michelle Nelson. Percussion is instructed by David Johnson and Adrian Rodriguez. The color guard is instructed by Ron Espinoza. Visual instructors are Alex Wynn, Matt Block, Austin Holder, Abby Roque, and Lauren Huff. Student drum majors are Andrew Ramirez and Charlie Henry. The outstanding band members of the week are Montserrat Serrano, Jordan Burks, and Javier Hernandez. Tonight, the band will be performing this season's competition show entitled Labyrinth, featuring Giuseppe Verdi's Requiem, Radiohead's Creep, Pachelbel's Canon in D, and Beethoven's Ode to Joy, arranged by Ted Riker and Scott Stewart.
Minus son of Zeus, no one can save you, not even your so-called hero, Theseus. Guards, take them to the labyrinth.
Drum majors Charlie Henry and Andrew Ramirez. Is your band ready?
soon find out. The semifinal round is about to begin at midfield. Are you fans ready? Because we need to make some noise. First off, we're going to have the girls' race. Again, make a little noise for these people. All right, Coach Tusa. All right. Now we're going to have the boys' race. All right. Congratulations there. Next week, we will run the second semifinal with a final round in 2 weeks where we will crown Waco ISD's fastest fifth grade boy and girl. Congratulations to our winners tonight.
Hope you enjoyed our halftime activities, especially the running of the first semifinal of our fastest fifth grader for both boys and girls in Waco ISD. We'll find out that they'll have the second heat of that next week when University's here, and then they'll finish it off Waco High's final home game. First half stats are pretty much in favor of the Temple Wildcats, as the scoreboard indicates. They're up 38-0. They have 17 first downs to only 6 for Waco High. Temple's run just 2 more offensive plays than Waco, 34 offensive plays to 32, but have 401 yards to show for theirs. Waco's just got 137, most of that on the ground, 97 yards on the ground on 20 carries for Waco. Temple 268 yards on 21 carries. Passing, Temple is 8 of 13 for 133, Waco 3 of 12 for 40. Anthony Jackson, our leading rusher in the game for Temple, 9 carries, 122 yards, a couple of TDs. Dijon Overton, 9 carries, 73 yards, and a couple of TDs. Waco's leading rusher is Randy Carpenter, 46 yards on 4 carries, but he left the game with an injury. We have not seen him since. Been taken over by James Taylor since. 10 carries for 32 yards. And the Temple Wildcats coach get the ball to start the second half. Basically, what do you think? We're just going to see their starters for the first series here, and then it'll be the reserves?
I would imagine they'd be just about it, and I don't know whether they'll continue to try to throw the football. And I've been so really impressed with the passing arm of Jared Wiley, but they have a commanding need. Let's run that clock and get back to Bell County.
Chris Escada lines it up for the opening kickoff of the second half and sends a Skinner down the field into the end zone, and so Temple will have to take over at their own 25-yard line.
You said Skinner. You ever play flies in Skinner?
Used to play it all the time.
They don't even call it Skinners anymore, I don't guess. The ground balls.
Grounders.
Yeah, grounders.
Yeah, no, there's still got flies in Skinners. Anthony Jackson, with his first half output, has run his season total to 846 yards on 81 carries and 10 touchdowns. His backup, Dijon Overton, he's had 106 carries because Jackson missed a game or two due to injury. Overton, 748 yards on those 106 carries and 12 touchdowns now on the year.
He's got more touchdowns than Jackson in, doesn't he?
And actually, we're going to start off with Vance Willis in at the quarterback. So the number 2 quarterback is in. Hands off to a reserve running back. That is Josh Merle. And Merle has a first down on his first carry of the night. So it looks like the reserves are going to start the second half for Temple here.
There's another look at it right there. And finally, a pretty nice tackle that time by J.D. Reese from Waco High.
Merle picked up 14 on that play. Fake the handoff. Vance keeps the ball. And Willis gets it up to the 46-yard line, a gain of 7 on the play.
Coach Sherrod called the dogs off just a little sooner than I thought he would.
So from the 46, Hand off once again to Merle, and Merle gets it into Waco territory. Down to the Waco 46. From one 46 to the other 46 is 8 yards and first down for the Wildcats.
Tackle made that time by Tyann Isabel.
Josh Merle comes into the game with 47 carries for 221 yards and no touchdowns. First pass by Willis is complete at the 40-yard line, and headed down toward the end zone is Nathan Garcia, and he dives and will get it into the end zone for the touchdown. But we do have whistles and a flag back at the 29-yard line. We'll find out what the flag is about back at the Temple 29.
Another looking Garcia right there, and that's kind of a weird place for a flag to be thrown, but we'll see.
There was a block thrown for Garcia at that point.
Holding on Temple. 10-yard penalty. First down.
So they got it down to the 29, so that was 25 yards to that point on the pickup, but now it's going to go back 10 yards. A fairly penalty-free first half. Each team penalized just one time for 5 yards. Mark the ball at the Waco 39. Hand off to Merle. Merle has got the first down and has it down to the 31-yard line for an 8-yard pickup.
Tripped up again by Isabel, who's made a couple of tackles early on in this second half.
2nd and 2. On the keeper, Willis runs into one of his own men and then falls forward up to the 27-yard line. A pickup of 4 on the play for Willis.
Another look at it right there, and if I'm not mistaken, this may be number 45, Isabel, come in and making the tackle again.
It's 2nd down and 6. Hand off to Merle. Finds his blockers in a big hole up the middle, heads for the end zone, and he makes it in with no flags on the play, and Merle gets his first touchdown in the year from 27 yards out.
Josh Merle showed me a little speed that time once he got by the defensive line. He's ran right up Main Street for the touchdown. The Temple Wildcats right now having their way with the Waco High Lions.
Pregame to try the extra point. Out of Garcia's hold. High snap. Garcia brings it down. They're still able to get it through the uprights to make it 45-0 in favor of Temple with 9:37 left to go in the third quarter.
I see Coach Kwame Cavill down there. He said his hands on his hips. He said, you know what, there's nothing we can do. We can't move the football. We can't stop them. That's not a good combination, I'll tell you.
7 plays to go 75 yards in 2 minutes and 23 seconds.
That young lady doesn't want to be on television, I guess.
So even the reserves for Temple able to smartly move down the field with the opening kickoff. Opening possession of the second half. There was one holding penalty that kind of slowed it down for a moment.
Waco High, for all practical purposes, this football game is over, but you cannot quit. You got to hang in there. Just try to get better each and every snap.
Come down at the 5-yard line to Ratliff. Ratliff gets a block from McCoy and then spun out of bounds at the 21-yard line.
There's another look at it. You see McCoy right there go to the outside. Finally brought down. Pretty nice run back for Ratliff that time. That beat Jerome Ratliff. Brother's name is Rodney.
One plays offense, one plays defense. Jordan Fuller as the quarterback to start the second half for Waco High. Has Taylor in the backfield with him. The two running backs run into each other. Taylor with the football, dances around looking for some running room, and he's going to end up losing yardage back to about the 14-yard line and lost 7 on the play.
That play was doomed from the get-go as the two running backs just flat ran into each other. I don't know who went. There it is right there. I don't know who went the wrong way, and old James said, I'm in trouble right here. I don't know what to do, so I'll do.
Lost 6 yards back to the 15-yard line as Ridge and Taylor ran into each other in the backfield. At that point, the way that Temple can pursue, you're best off just falling down on the ground and keeping from getting any bigger loss. 2nd and 17. Jaden Ridge takes the handoff, and forward progress maybe takes him to the 16-yard line for a 1-yard gain.
I certainly hope Randy Carpenter's all right. I see him down on the sidelines, got his helmet on, so we may not see any more of him the rest of the game. We may, who knows?
On that defensive line for Temple, you got Isaiah Hodge, Noah Castillo, and Bruce Maldonado, along with defensive end Samuel Carlisle, the linebackers Quincy Marshall and LaTrent Reeders. Cornerbacks Keon Williams and TQ Williams. And now a whistle and a timeout called by Waco High, their first of the second half.
Timeout. Waco. First timeout, second half.
Well, the road is not getting any easier for Waco High as they'll travel down to Belton next week. Belton's a very good football team who lost to these Temple Wildcats in 3 overtime. And of course, University will be back here hosting Everman next week.
All the scoring tonight has been Temple Wildcats. They took a 3-0 lead 6 minutes into the first quarter on a 23-yard field goal by Aaron Wegeman. They added a first quarter touchdown on a 4-yard run by Anthony Jackson. Then had 4 touchdowns in the second quarter, a 5-yard run by Dijon Overton, a 33-yard pass from Jared Wiley to Quentin Johnston, a 37-yard run by Anthony Jackson, then a 10-yard run by Dijon Overton. Take a 38-0 halftime lead, and now here in the third quarter, a 27-yard touchdown run by Josh Mueller has Temple on top 45-0. 3rd and 16 facing Waco High. Fuller steps into the pocket and hit as he throws and trying to come back for the interception, but unable to do so for Temple. Number 18, Markel Reed.
Fuller very lucky he even got rid of that ball because he was hit pretty good right when he released it. Caused the ball to flutter, and very lucky they did not get an interception.
Chris Escada on the punt. This will be his 6th punt of the night.
Don't need a high snap here.
No. 2 deep for Temple, including KD Freeman, the one closest to you, number 81. Also back number 89, Keon Johnson. Ball gonna go off the side of Escada's foot and go out of bounds at the 49-yard line in Waco's end of the field.
Once again, that was not a high snap. It was a low snap, and I'm not sure that might have been partially blocked.
33 yards on that punt. Temple gets the ball with 7:42 left to go in the third quarter, leading 45-0. And the reserve unit has already scored 1 touchdown for the Wildcats. Sammy Rodriguez, the reserve center. Guards are Don White and Daniel Lopez. The tackles Blake Perez and Keonde Jenkins.
Speaking of Sammy Rodriguez, number 70, he's got to weigh at least 325 pounds, I would think.
Pretty good sized fella.
Yeah, buddy.
Josh Morrell Takes the ball to the 47-yard line for a 2-yard gain. Second down and 8. Temple leading the play clock here a little bit. Well, takes the handoff, has a big hole over the right side, has a first down, and he's down to the 36-yard line in Waco's end of the field. Pickup of 11 on that one.
Finally brought down one of those Ratliff boys. That was Rodney Ratliff on the tackle. One more look at it. Nice hole. There comes Rodney in to make the tackle right there.
Picked up another first down for Temple. I believe that gives them 20 first downs for the game to this point. That's 17 at halftime. Good job by the offensive brain trust to take some time off the game clock. Try to shorten the game here. Gonna pass, and it's complete on a nice catch down around the shoe tops by KD Freeman.
That Waco High defense has got to be getting a little winded, I would think.
Just to pick up a 3 on the play. Second down and 7 at the Waco 33-yard line. Receivers on the near side are A.J. McDuffie along with KD Freeman. On the far side for Temple, Dwight Lester. Willis hands off once again to Burrow. Burrow will take it down to close to 30, maybe mark it at the 29.
Vance Willis is only a junior, so he may be the man next year because Jared Wiley, as we mentioned, is a senior. He's already committed to the University of Texas as a tight end. He's 6'6" tall, so he makes pretty good tight end, I would think.
Got to believe they expect him to gain a little weight, too, between now and then.
Yep.
3rd and 4 facing the Wildcats just across the Waco 30-yard line. Morrell has the football and is going to be caught from behind. Nice job of grabbing him by the ankles and holding him for 1-yard gain and bring up a 4th and 3.
I did not get the number of the young man that made the tackle. That might have been Isabel again.
Either him or Deshaun Fisher, one of the two. Temple going for it on 4th down, and it's going to be Willis, the quarterback, and he's going to be knocked down by Corey Ebron. Ebron shot the gap and will make it go over on downs.
Corey Ebron is a very, very good football player. You see him, he runs all the way over and makes the tackle for the loss. So the ball goes back to the Waco High lines with 4:24 left in this 3rd quarter.
Yeah, Haley's going to grab somebody.
At the end of this quarter, we'll try to acknowledge our crew tonight, doing another great job.
Waco going to take over at the 32-yard line after that 3-yard loss by Willis. Jordan Fuller once again taking over at the quarterback.
Is Carpenter back in there now?
Yes, he is. Carpenter's a running back that they fake the football to. They pitch it to Taylor. Taylor's got some running room around the end and it breaks into the open. Nope, he stepped out of bounds. Not sure exactly where they say he stepped out. Looks like they marked him at the 44.
Hey, I'm pretty impressed with James Taylor tonight. He's running the ball well.
Picked up 12 on that one and a first down. All the way up to the Waco 44. Randy Carpenter has the football, trying to go around the left side and able to get it up to midfield before he goes down in the grass with Kobe Bankston. Good to see Carpenter carry the football.
Yes, it's good to see him back in the football game. Good look there, and I tell you what, that was a pretty nice tackle up front too from Waco High for Jordan Becerra.
Picked up 6 on the play. Second down and 4 from midfield. Actually, looks like they marked it at the 49 in Temple's end of the field. Taylor was able to slide through and get the first down up to the 40. 9-yard gain for Taylor.
James Taylor right now is running like a man possessed. He's really running well. One thing about them all being kept on the ground like this keeps that clock running.
Willie Carter has gone the distance at the center spot for Waco High tonight. Fake to Carpenter, the keeper for Fuller, and Fuller is going to be dumped after about a 2-yard pickup to the 38.
That's a good look at Jordan Fuller right there on the quarterback keeper. Picked up a couple of yards. That's about it.
Well, this is the first one that he's got positive yardage. He's only carried the ball twice, but the first one he was forced to lose 6 yards. So 2 carries for -4 yards for Jordan Fuller tonight, but don't necessarily expect the Waco High quarterback to be your ground gainer. Taylor takes the handoff, follows the block of Jones up to about the 37-yard line before the pursuit catches up and pushes him back. And actually, it looks like they're going to mark him for no gain at the 38.
Nakeebian McCoy has been awful quiet for Waco High, except the first quarter he caught that long touchdown pass, and they have not thrown the ball that often since then, to be honest with you.
So 3rd down and 8 from the 38. It would be a passing down. McCoy, the receiver, in one-on-one coverage to the bottom of your screen. Fake the handoff to Carpenter. Fuller looking for the tight end underneath, and it's a little too tall for Jones to get to. Got to believe they're going for it here, don't you, Coach?
I think they'll punt it. I would. I wouldn't put salt on the wounds. I'd go and kick that rascal away.
Well, they're listening to you and not me, because Chris Escada is out there for his 7th punt of the night.
If it's 4th and 2 or 3, I might, but not 4th and 8 or whatever it is.
Temple will send back a single receiver in K.D. Freeman. High snap, but he brings it down and kicks it toward the near sideline. It'll take a Waco roll and then check up inside the 5-yard line. A nice job nailing it down to the 4. A 34-yard punt for Chris Escada, but most importantly, he keeps Temple inside the 5-yard line.
Yeah, that was by design that time, that punt. You can see he was going for the coffin corner, as they say, and so now Temple's got a long way to go, but they have plenty of time to get there. And you know how coaches are. They don't ever think the game's over until it's over.
That's true. 2 minutes and 52 seconds is what Waco High held onto the ball then for a couple of first downs. Temple's got it with 1:32 left to go in the quarter at their own 4-yard line. The direct snap goes to Morrell. It never touched the quarterback's hands. Morrell looks like he'll get it out to about the 11-yard line for a 7-yard pickup. 2nd down and 3 at the 11. Little fancy work there on the direct snap to the running back. This time Willis hands it off to Morrell over the left side. He'll have the first down. Waco High trying to strip the ball, unable to do so as he gets it out to the 20 for a 9-yard pickup and another first down for Temple.
Corey Abram and Cameron Clark in on the tackle for the Waco High line as that clock continues to wind down here in the 3rd quarter.
Running down some clock here as the game clock to 35 seconds, play clock down to 11. And off Morrell. He had a cutback lane that he decided not to take. Now he takes it and finds some running room. Gets it across the 30 and picks up another first down. up to about the 32-yard line and a gain of 12.
The clock will stop until they set the change. I'll be surprised if they run another play this quarter.
Morrell who just entered the game in this half. 12 carries for 109 yards already, our second 100-yard rusher of the night. And that will be the end of our third quarter. We head to the final 12 minutes with Temple on top of Waco High by a score of 45-0. Coach, you want to acknowledge our crew tonight?
I'm fixing to do that right now. Our stellar crew, as I call them. Alicia Powers, instant replay. Ricky Miles, the director tonight. LJ's on camera, as is Jesse Maldonado. Terrell McSpadden. Leslie Ugaldi, oh, she's a sweetheart. She's a camera operator, does our pregame. Justin Sanchez. Justin does a good job as audio engineer. Joseph Gomez is the intern. And I'll tell you what, give a little shout out to Ricky Miles, the director now. He's doing a good job.
Certainly
In fact,
is.
this is probably better with Jesse not here.
Yeah. Our executive director, Jesse Mateo, taking the night off.
Is it the Big Apples, what you said?
That's what I understand. He's gone to the Big Apple. Wants to check out a Billy Joel concert. All right, here we go for the last 12 minutes of the contest. And we got only about our fourth flag of the night.
False start. Number 68, Temple. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Not heard from our officials a whole lot this evening.
No, it's been a relatively free game as far as penalties concerned.
Both teams penalized just one time for 5 yards in the first half. That's just the third penalty against Temple for 20 yards total. First and 15 back at the 27. Rell takes the handoff, weaves his way through traffic up to the 36-yard line. Gain of 9 on the play.
There's nothing to look at it. I know Coach Stewart getting an opportunity to play a lot of these guys that don't get a lot of playing time in really close games, so they're getting some good experience tonight.
Brings up a second down and 6.
Once again, they're using some of that clock and winding them down as far as they can.
No surprise, the handoff goes to the running back, Merrill, and with a spin move, he'll pick up the first down and move it up to the 46-yard line and pick up a 10 on the play.
He was brought down by a host of lines. You take a look at Merrill right there, and you go see probably about 6 lines in on this tackle. Good pursuit, led by Rodney Ratliff.
If they keep handing him the ball, he may have more yards gained in this one game than he had the entire season.
I bet he
coming
does.
into tonight.
I bet he does.
Started the night with 221 yards, and right now our statistician, Steve Tankersley, has him with 14 carries and 128
Substitution
yards.
on Temple. 5-yard penalty.
2 flags.
Still first down.
That's the 5th flag of the night, right?
Yes, sir. Brings up a first and 15 back at the 41-yard line in Temple's end of the field.
The yellow flag's still on the turf, isn't it?
Handoff goes to, that's a new running back in the backfield, number 32. That's Kiwan Pugh.
I don't believe that's a flag by the referee, is it? What
No,
is
I
it?
think it's a piece of cloth. Let me get the binoculars on it. It looks like
Well, won't somebody pick it up? It's bothering me.
a pink piece of cloth. Pugh with his first carry. Takes it from the 41 to the 46. He got 5 yards out of that.
I may go down there and pick it up myself if they're not going to pick it up. Because right from here, it does look like a flag. I know it's not.
Still Kiwan, the sophomore Pugh, takes the handoff and gets it into Waco territory. down to about the 44-yard line, and that's good for another first down.
One more look at this. They're having away with this Waco High defense, who's been out there a long time tonight. I know they're getting awfully tired. Right now, Temple's got their reserves in, so those guys rested the first half.
Temple has been a high-scoring team all season long. The least amount of points they scored in any game was 35 at Killeen. Also have been pretty stingy at giving up points, except that 3 overtime game against Belton. Pugh has the handoff, and he meets up with Corey Ebron at the 45-yard line. Ebron's going to get credit for a tackle for loss there.
Corey Ebron and Rodney Ratliff have been the leading tacklers this entire season for Waco High, and so far tonight they've also been leading tacklers.
Pugh loses a yard. Brings up second down and 11. Temple just going to keep it on the ground and between the hash marks and roll as much time as they can. They took over with 1:32 left in the third quarter, and we're down to 8:25 left in the game. Pugh bounces it outside, finds some running room down to about the 40 before he's rudely tossed to the ground by Ratliff for Waco High.
I'd say another good tackle by Rodney Ratliff. He leads the team in tackles coming into the game tonight, and Corey Ebron was right behind him.
Pugh got 4 on that one. He's up 3rd and 7 at the 41. Backup center Mark, now a junior, gets it back to his quarterback on the zone read. He hands it off to Pugh. Pugh slides a couple of would-be tacklers to get it inside the 40 to the 38. Picked up 3 on the play, but it's going to bring up a 4th and 4.
That is right there, and I assume Temple will punt this football, but they may not. I think they most likely will, though. I don't know.
This is the 11th play of the drive. It started at the Temple 4 after the nice punt from Chris Escada.
I don't guess they're going to punt it, are they?
No, sir.
This is a quick kick.
Well, in as the running back on the zone read, it's the keeper by Willis, the quarterback. Willis is going to have the first down to about the 31-yard line.
Man that led the charge again for Waco High. No surprise, Corey Ebron.
That's the 5th first down that Temple's picked up in this drive alone. They get it down to the 31-yard line after the 7-yard pickup by Willis. Can they eat up all the the fourth quarter clock?
They've eaten up every bit of it, hadn't they?
So far they have. About a 7-minute drive already right now for Temple with this possession. Morrell takes the handoff, bounces around the corner, and he's going to be pushed out of bounds and stop the clock as he goes out at the 31. No gain on the play.
Clock continues to roll. We're under 6 minutes. Hey, thank y'all. Yeah, next week. Okay, appreciate it. Y'all drive safely.
Eddie seems to be leaving a little early, but then again at 45-0, who can blame him? On the zone read, Morrell keeps the handoff, goes around the end and has running room headed to the end zone, and he will make it from 31 yards away.
Boy, once he turned the corner, it's all over.
Excuse me, that was Pugh, 32 with the touchdown.
Yeah, that's Kawan Q, I believe is the name, Pugh, and they ran that zone read. He got the outside, and nobody was out there to contain him, so he just went in for the touchdown. After this extra point, I'll give you our players of the game.
Pregame to try the point after. And it is good. 5:23 left to go in the contest. Temple has increased their lead to 52-0 on this 31-yard run by Kewan Pugh, sophomore running back.
He wasn't even touched on that run. Our defensive player of the game will be Keith Guillory. Our offensive player of the game will be running back James Taylor. We'll visit those two young men and Kwame Cavill following the contest. And I want to thank our committee very much. They've been strategically located throughout the stadium.
Coach, that was a drive of 8 minutes and 9 seconds.
That's not a bad drive, is it?
Went 96 yards in 13 plays. They ate up more than half a quarter with that drive.
That's the winner of your chicken dance right there. He's even got a chicken on his shirt or a hawk or something.
That looks like a Philadelphia Eagle type deal, but that's not Philadelphia colors, is it?
I thought they used to be green white. I don't know unless they've changed. They play Sunday morning at 8:30 our time.
They're playing over in London, aren't they?
Yeah.
That's kind of like living on the West Coast, and games that kick off at noon actually kick off about 10
Right.
o'clock out on the West Coast.
This game, what if you wake up and you just keep the ball on the ground or you try to put some points on the board?
Keep the ball on the ground.
Run the clock.
Yes, sir. Pregame will do the honors of kicking off this time. Adrian Guzman, who's been doing the kicking off, gets a little rest. Left footer will kick it high and come down to about the 10-yard line to Ratliff. Ratliff looking for some blockers, tries to cut back inside those blockers and loses his footing and held shy of the 20-yard line.
I'd venture to say, and I don't know this for sure, you see another look at it, and that Kwame Cavill has never been a part of a season like this as a player and as a coach. And he played for the University of Texas, he played in the NFL, played in the CFL, and he's just having a tough go at his first year, but he'll get it turned around.
Davion Long will be the quarterback starting this possession for Waco High, which gets underway at their own 20-yard line. Have a little jumping at the line of scrimmage before the snap.
False start. Waco. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
You might as well give Davion some experience. He's only a freshman, so this game's out of hand, so give him as many reps as you can.
I agree. And off in the backfield to Ridge, and Ridge has no room to run. This Temple defense has just been absolutely relentless.
Yeah, they have been. They really pursued to the football well.
Looking for their second shutout of the season. That loss all the way back to the 13-yard line, and loss of 2 on the play. Brings up 2nd and 17. And off to Ridge over the left side. Ridge will get it up to about the 18 for a gain of 5.
The clock continues to roll. Like I say, Waco High will go on the road next week to play a very, very good Belton Tiger football team.
Again, Belton took Temple to 3 overtimes before finally losing 58 to 55.
And maybe the game of the year may be at Midway next week. At Temple is Midway goes to Temple.
Yes, sir. Long to pass, going long, and just overshoots his target, trying to get it to Rashawn Smith, senior wide receiver.
I told you I'd keep it on the ground.
0 for 5 in the passing department for Long. Just 3 of 10 for Jordan Fuller tonight. Waco 3 of 15 passing for just 40 yards. Passing is not their forte.
It gets down about under 3 minutes. I guess I'll make my way down. It takes a while, as you well know. That elevator's slow, and I'm not going to take the stairs.
Chris Escada on to punt once again. We'll watch it roll out of bounds at the Temple 44-yard line. "38-yard punt by Escada gives Temple the ball with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left to go in the contest. Temple leads by a score of 52-0. Led at halftime 38-0. And has added 2 touchdowns here in the second half. A 27-yard run by Josh Bueller and a 31-yard touchdown run by Pugh. Juwan Pugh has the football again. Stays on his feet. Fights for extra yards and goes down inside the Waco 45 to the 44.
You talk about second and third effort. He had both of them that time. So clock is running, and they run this next play. Be under 3 minutes. Larkin will be making more down. Goes in overtime, and we'll be back.
Got 12 yards on that one. Pugh has now carried the ball 7 times for 63 yards and a touchdown. Temple on the ground tonight. "47 rushing plays for 475 yards. They're about to have 500 yards rushing tonight with another 25 yards. Pugh has the football and is forced back after he gets it up to the 43 for a 1-yard pickup. Well, their reserves have done an excellent job as Morrell came in for 15 carries for 128 yards. Their feature running back, Anthony Jackson, just 9 carries for 122 yards and a couple of touchdowns. Overton 9 carries, 73 yards for a couple of touchdowns. So their running game is going full tilt here tonight. 2nd down and 9. There goes Pugh once again, following his offensive line, and now he's surrounded by a bunch of red ants and backs his way down inside the 35 to the 34. Picked up 9 yards on the play and moves the chains once again. Clock rolling again after they set the chains. 1:35 left to play. Temple now going into victory formation. Willis going to let the clock run down. Looking at the play clock that still has 11 seconds on it, he'll let it run down until it gets close to the 1 second mark before he asks for the football. It comes to him and he'll take a knee at the 40. So Waco High will still be winless in district play as they go to 1-7 on the year and 0-6 in district competition. Scott Stewart and the Temple Wildcats improved to 8-0 and still at the top of the standings at 6-0 in league play. They got to run one more play here. Willis takes it and goes to a knee at the 46, and that'll do it. So the top of the standing still has Midway and Temple at the top. Belton in 3rd place, followed by Colleen. After tonight, Temple comes away with a 52-0 win over the Waco Lions. Stay where you are. When we come back, we'll have our post-game interviews right here on Waco ISD TV.
Back at Waco ISD Stadium, where the Waco Lions have lost a 52-0 contest to the Temple Wildcats in the big district game. Our defensive player of the game is Keith Guillory. Our offensive player is James Taylor. First, I'm going to talk to Keith. And Keith, was that one of the better teams you guys have played this year?
Yes, sir. We got to work on the off season, and we're going to be good next year. We're going to hit the weights like they did in the off season. We're going to do it.
But notice you tonight, you were in on a lot of tackles. This is probably one of your better games, isn't it?
Yes, sir. I had a bad game last game. I had to bounce back.
Talk a little bit about the running backs from Temple. They had a couple of them that could motor pretty good.
Yeah, number 21, pretty good. Number 5, I'm looking forward to tackling him next year.
Well, let me ask you this, you guys. I know you're struggling this year, no question about it. It's tough on you guys, but all you can do is keep on pounding the rock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I'm just ready to get back in the weight room, get in the lab, and come back next year.
All right, Keith, good luck to you next week. Talk to James Taylor now, one of the running backs at Waco High, and it's a tough loss to you guys.
Yes, sir, it is. It's always been a struggle playing Temple, but we ain't gonna get better. I'm a senior, so it's my last year playing. But Coach Gaville, he gonna get them better. So that's what's up.
I know it's tough for you guys, but you got a pretty good duo back there with you and Randy Carpenter running the football.
Yeah, it's always fun because I ain't played last year, but my sophomore year, when me and Randy was in the backfield, we was always good. We always been good since our freshman year, actually. Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the Temple defense. They had some big guys up front.
They had some big people, but it ain't nothing we never seen before. Our offense at the beginning of first quarter, like they was letting them through a little bit. But after that, they start holding them. We start getting through at times. Yeah.
But you guys got 2 games left. Go to Belton next week, and then you wind up against Clean. I guess your job is to go out and try to win both of them.
Yes, sir. We gotta try. We gotta do something. We gotta get a dub.
All right. Good luck to you next week.
Thank you.
You bet. Bring Coach Caville in here and wrap it up. Kwame, I was talking up there in the booth. I said, I bet Kwame is in his whole life playing or coaching has never been through a season like this.
This is about the hardest thing I've had to go through. I've had adversity and I've had things that I've had to go through. But this is a learning process, and the key word is process. And it's my job as the commander-in-chief of this program is to get us through this process, and I'm going to do it. Lion pride runs deep, and it's my goal and my intent to put the best product on the field that this community can be proud of, and I will do so.
And injuries in the offensive line have not helped you at all, have they?
No, but it's the war of attrition. We just got to pay. We got to go back in the lab and recreate ourselves and continue. First of all, finish the season out because the season's not over. We still got games to play, and it's up to me, and it's my duty to finish the season out for these seniors, and for the rest of the team, and salvage some growth and salvage some positive stuff to go into offseason and springboard this program back to where it needs to be.
I guess this game had to be a little special for you. I imagine you knew a lot of those players from Temple. I know you know Coach Stewart and a lot of the staff.
Yeah, no doubt. Those kids over there were babies when I first got there, and they've grown, and I got the utmost respect for Coach Stu and his staff and what he's done with his program. But the kids that I coached when I was there, which was a majority of them in class, and just I think back to the times they used to come to my class and we just talk about life and just be that ear and that voice of reason for them and a mentor, and still am. They still contact with me, keep in contact with me, and I keep in contact with them. Those that have gone on to do better things. So just want to bring that back, bring that type of love and foresight to this program as well. And it'll happen. I'm a glass half full type of guy. And I've always been that, that, Butch. Sir. So we're going to continue to fight, and we're going to continue to go to the drawing board, and we're going to put the best product out here that we can.
Well, Leroy Coleman always used to say, just keep pounding that rock.
You got to keep pounding that rock. You got to keep chopping wood, got to keep iron sharpening iron, whatever cliche you want to use, we're going to use, but we're going to use these games as growth. Because, we're going through it right now, but we're going to grow from it. Because that's what good teams do. That's what good programs do, and that's what we're going to do.
Good luck at Belton next week.
No doubt, no doubt. That's it.
Go get them, Kwame.
We will.
Let's bring on Larky and wind her up. Wrap it up, wind it up, whatever.
One of those things. There's going to be some good teams that are going to lose to this Temple ball club because they are a juggernaut. Almost a little over 600 yards of total offense.
Probably have more.
Yeah, a little shy of 500 yards on the ground. Their defense pitches its second shutout of the year. This is a good Temple team.
Yeah, it is, and they go. They host Midway next week. Most likely, the winner of that game most likely will win the district championship, depending on what Midway does against Belton.
Well, the Temple Wildcats continue their winning streak, and the losing streak continues for the Waco Lions as the final score tonight here at Waco ISD Stadium is 52-0 in favor of